this Mark's Reviews and Tutorials video. We're having a look at a coffee machine today. This is a Sunbeam. This is the cafe series. This is a little bit smaller model, but the cafe series put together very similarly. I'm going to show you how to pull it apart. This guy here has started to throw an earth leak. It is switching off the RCD, or the residual current device, or the earth leak device in our switchboard whenever it's turned on. And I've started to pull it apart, and I've found that there's a water leak, which is actually spraying water all over the electronics. Now you can see I've got the tray out here and the water bottle out, but I'm gonna tip it upside, well no, I'm gonna turn it round and just show you what's inside. The machine, you see this one is a 5900, there you go, EM 5900. Now, this back plate, you undo, there's a little thing on the bottom, just a few screws where the power goes in, and then this back plate actually just lifts up. You see the slot there, you just lift it up, pull it out, and you'll have access to the insides. It is this section here comes off, and then you can get that out. So it's just screws on the bottom. There's no screws on the side of this, they've kept it all flush, but the screws are all underneath. So that gets you inside. Now you can see here is your main control box, not lovelily labelled so you get all the plugs in the right places, and the pump here. This is where the water comes up from the reservoir, and it comes in and goes around here. You can see that, and then it goes into the pump. This section here is the pump that pumps the water out, then into these smaller tubes, and comes up here to this solenoid. Here, this is opening up to let the water through the coffee and through the steam and so forth. And just throw a little light on the situation. So in there, you can see it's all wet. It's bubbles. There's no corrosion. This hasn't been going on for a long time, but it is all wet in there, and that's what's caused it to short out. So if I can fix the leak, or with your situation, if you can fix the leak, that will solve it. What we can do is do up these brass fittings here, sort of undo them and do them up again to get them nice and tight. And they're also up on the solenoid. Mine's leaking from the solenoid. These pressure hoses spraying water around until eventually it gets wet enough in there that the electronics leak to earth, and then the whole thing shuts down, which is a beautiful safety feature, because that means that the casing is getting electrified. So you don't want to do that because of the massive amount of water's leaking. So if you've got water dripping out just coming from the canister, and it's coming from that top section, then your machine's not safe because you've got water in with your electronics. So there you go, that's where I'm up to so far. That's how to pull it apart, that's how to get inside, and that's your components. So I'm gonna keep pulling it apart. I'm gonna take this bottom tray off now so that I can get further in to see if I can't get hold of these fittings and tighten them up and stop this water leak. Got this upside down. I just want to show you, it's this panel here. You take out these screws, take out that panel, you can then slot out through these slots and take the back off. So to get the back off is it's very simple. Screws off that base piece, and that also, if you're changing the lead, if you've got a broken lead, something like that, that's also how you get into that, and then the back panel comes off. What's very impressive about this congratulations, Mr. Sunbeam, is that all these screws we've taken off the base, we've taken off the back, we've taken off this bottom plate, all these screws. If you have a look, there's actually only two sizes. There's big ones and little ones. And that's brilliant when it comes to putting it back together. It's not like you pull an Apple iPhone apart and you'll have 15 different sizes of screws, but here there's only two sizes. So it's going to make it much, much easier to put this together. So congratulations, Sunbeam, good service point. You've gone for some consistency on the screw size. If you wanted to get the steam wand off your machine, this machine's upside down at the moment. If you wanted to get the steam wand off, it is just a matter of undoing that screw there. You see that will come up. Little plastic cover that's on there. And then underneath, you can see, just undo this bolt, and that'll release that ball joint there, and you'll have your steam wand off. So there you go. That's how to get your machine apart, different facets, and what's going on inside, and how to repair it. If those little white tubes are high pressure, so if you've got one of those split, maybe you'll be replacing those tubes or those fittings. But good luck, and hopefully you'll be able to repair whatever's going on with your coffee machine. The other big one is descaling, like if the pipes get blocked and so forth. You don't have to pull the machine to do that. You just put some descaling things, actually run them through the machine. I'll put a link in the description for some ways of getting hold of that stuff to run through, and that just gives the machine a good clean out. It'll help with the flavour of your coffee too if it's got too much calcium in there. Okay, thanks for watching this Mark's Reviews and Tutorials video, and I hope you get to fix your coffee machine.